Hey guys, I am here in San Miguel de Allende and I'm actually back from spending pretty much the whole entire day over at Mario Oliva's studio, his art studio, where it's kind of a mecca for a lot of different artists to work. Fabrica La Hora is the name of this massive warehouse that is actually here in San Miguel de Allende in Mexico. Today about contour drawing. So here is a few little samples of my drawings. I won't give you all of them. We had an actual nude model that sat for us, so it was pretty exciting because we had lots of different just kind of like techniques and like looking at the outside line. So like this one was 1 minute and you can see I just barely got the outline of one side done. And this one, a little bit just of getting the outside lines. So one of the things that we were learning is to not take your pencil off of the paper as you're working. And to not look at your paper at some of the times as you're drawing. So this was really hard for me because I have an earlier sketch where I'm like quickly making 5,000 different lines to get the shape. And I found it really challenging to actually have to put my pencil down in one spot and look at just the outline of the person. So it's something that if you guys, if you get a chance to do it, I would strongly suggest it because it's an incredible exercise for you and it's really a challenge to just look at the outside shape and not look at your paper. And some of the times I actually messed up and had to, like I knew that the line was wrong, like the arm was completely extended too long. But I actually really liked some of these contour drawings. It was, like I said, a challenge for me who's used to making a lot of strokes on my paper and doing a lot of different movements on my paper before I finalize it. So if you get a chance for this Technique Tuesday, I suggest that you, if there's even just an object, it doesn't have to necessarily be a person, and put your pencil down and start in a spot try to keep one continual line and see what the drawing presents. See what parts were you off on? What parts are you not observing? I think the biggest thing for me was just really studying the line and not allowing myself to just fly through it, but like keeping one spot in one space. And yeah, it was an incredible 2 hours of drawing. I was exhausted. I'm exhausted because after that, then I did the sculpting class, which I will share more about if you're interested in learning about this particular type of sculpting. So stay tuned for that. And so the lesson for today on Technique Tuesday is just contour drawing. Just picking a line, keeping one line for the whole drawing, trying, even if it doesn't add up or make sense and you end up not even getting something that looks like what you're trying to do, it's a great practice for your mind. So I started thinking about, I'm always trying to reflect on how does this apply to life? And I would say that the biggest thing from learning about this is how much I actually don't stop long enough to look at something. I speed through it, and this forced me to actually slow down and to be okay with it not being perfect, but just to observe. And I think so much in life, and maybe that this whole entire time that I'm here in Mexico, I have been moving at a slower pace. I'm so used to moving at such a fast pace. And not so much in Mexico City, I was moving at a fast pace, but here in San Miguel, everything moves slower. It just takes longer. You're usually walking to get to places. You're things like, I'm not as, because it's new for me, there's so many things that I don't really know about the city. And so I've walked past cafes, or I've walked past restaurants, or I've walked past galleries because I just haven't been really watching. And doing this contour drawing, when you have to just look at the line and just slow down and take it where I'm not going to do 5 million different things. I'm just going to put my pencil down and I'm going to follow the shape. That's it. I'm just looking for the basic shapes and outlines of the person that I'm drawing. It really, and that one line can be this like really beautiful, one consistent line without a lot of noise and action and energy. It's actually really beautiful. And so maybe the lesson in that is just slowing down and being more observant of things around you, being more observant of kind of allowing yourself to take time on things and not have so much going on. Like, obviously my drawings that I did were really simplified, but in the end, they're beautiful when there's just a really strong, consistent line. And I think that that's such a great allegory for our lives in terms of just being able to pick one thing or one direction and just being so diligent in following it through no matter where it ends. So maybe it's an idea that you have or a passion that you're interested in. And so instead of like flailing around with 1,000 things, like pick one, just pick one thing and see it through to the very end, no matter what happens, no matter if it's a mess or a failure or it doesn't work out. It's a great exercise in just seeing where this one line is going to lead you. So it was a really hard exercise for me. I'm exhausted, but it was also a really great exercise. So do your contour drawing and then think about something in your life that maybe you need to see through. All right, that's your Technique Tuesday.